How are you guys doing? Today is Wednesday, December 15th, 2021. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I'm going to review the Elite matchups and performances that took place yesterday on Tuesday, December 14th, taking a quick step back and looking at where we are in the calendar year. With baseball being done, we are towards the end of the college football season as we are about to enter the bowl season. In college basketball, that season is just getting underway. Taking a look at what's going on at the professional levels in the NFL, we are close to entering the last month of the NFL season. And with the NBA is just getting started as well, just like college basketball. And taking a look at what's going on with soccer overseas, because we are approaching the end of the 2021 calendar year, we are approaching the midpoint for the 2021-22 seasons for most of the international seasons abroad, or at least the ones that I'm focusing on. So first, taking a look at what's going on with collegiate basketball, starting with the number 2 team in the nation, my Duke Blue Devils hosted the unranked South Carolina State Bulldogs. Duke would end up beating South Carolina State 103-62. We would end up winning this matchup by 41 after Duke outscored South Carolina State by 33 in the first half and by 8 in the second. The second-ranked Duke Blue Devils were led in scoring by their forward off the bench, A.J. Griffin. Griffin finished with 19 points in 22 minutes as he shot 7 for 8 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3, and a perfect 2 for 2 from the foul line. With this win, the second-ranked Duke Blue Devils are 8-1 on the season. And with this loss, the unranked South Carolina State Bulldogs are 3-8. Taking a look at the 6th-ranked basketball team in the nation, the Alabama Crimson Tide faced off against the unranked Memphis Tigers at Memphis. Unranked Memphis would beat the 6th-ranked team in the nation. They beat Alabama 92-78. Memphis won this game by 14 after they outscored Alabama by 5 in the first half and by 9 in the second. On the losing end of this matchup, the Alabama Crimson Tide were led in scoring by their starting guard out of Florida, Keon Ellis. Keon Ellis went on to finish with 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals in 32 minutes. He shot 7 for 14 from the field and a perfect 2 for 2 from the foul line. On the winning end of this matchup, the unranked Memphis Grizzlies were led in scoring by their starting forward, DeAndre Williams out of Texas. DeAndre Williams finished with 20 points, 6 assists, and 3 steals, all in 33 minutes. He shot 7 for 10 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, and 5 for 6 from the foul line. Their elite starting forward, Imani Bates, would finish with 7 points and 2 rebounds in 15 minutes as he shot 1 for 6 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, and a perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line. With this win, the unranked Memphis Tigers are 6-4, and with this loss, the 6th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide are now 8-2. Taking a look now at what's going on with the 13th-ranked team in the nation, the Auburn Tigers hosted the unranked North Alabama Lions. Auburn beat North Alabama 70-54. They won this matchup by 26 after they outscored Northern Alabama by 5 in the first half, and then they outscored them by 21 in the second. On the winning end of this matchup, the 13th-ranked Auburn Tigers were led in scoring by their starting forward, Walker Kessler. Their starting sophomore out of Georgia finished with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 blocks in 23 minutes. He shot 6 for 8 from the field and 2 for 3 from the foul line. With this win, the 13th-ranked Auburn Tigers are 9-1 as they still remain undefeated at home. With this loss, unranked North Alabama is 6-4. Looking at the 14th-ranked college basketball team in the nation, the Houston Cougars hosted the unranked Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Houston beat Louisiana 71-56. They won this matchup by 15 after they outscored Louisiana by 18 in the first half. On the winning end, the Cougars were led in scoring by their starting center, Josh Carlton. Their senior out of Winterville, North Carolina, would finish with 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks in 31 minutes. He will go on to shoot 7 for 12 from the field, and with this win, the 14th-ranked Houston Cougars are 9-2 as they remain undefeated at home. With this loss, the unranked Louisiana Raging Cajuns are 5-5. Looking at the 17th ranked basketball team in the nation, the Texas Longhorns hosted the unranked Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions. Texas was able to beat Pine Bluff 63-31. They won this matchup by 32 after they outscored Pine Bluff by 18 in the first half and by 14 in the second. The 17th ranked Longhorns were led in scoring by their starting forward Trey Mitchell. Their junior out of Pittsburgh would go on to finish with 14 points and 5 rebounds in 22 minutes. He shot 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3, and 4 for 6 from the foul line. With this win, the 17th ranked Texas Longhorns are 7-2 as they're undefeated at home. With this loss, unranked Arkansas Pine Bluff is 1-11 on the year. Looking at the 18th ranked team in the nation, the Tennessee Volunteers hosted the unranked South Carolina Upstate Spartans. Tennessee ended up beating South Carolina Upstate 96-52. They won this matchup by 44 after they outscored Upstate by 27 in the first half and by 17 in the second. On the winning end of this matchup, the 18th ranked Vols were led in scoring by their starting forward, Olivier Nkamhoua. Nkamhoua would go on to finish with 21 points and 8 rebounds in 21 minutes. He would go on to shoot 9 for 10 from the field, a perfect 2 for 2 from 3, and he made his only free throw attempt on the day. With this win, the 18th ranked Volunteers are 8-2 as they're undefeated at home. With this loss, the unranked South Carolina Upstate Spartans are 2-8 on the season. Taking a look now at what's going on with the 19th ranked team in the nation, the LSU Tigers hosted the unranked Northwestern State Demons. LSU was able to beat Northwestern State 89-49. They won this matchup by 40 after they outscored Northwestern State by 26 and then by 26 in the first half and by 14 in the second half. On the winning end of this matchup, the undefeated LSU Tigers were led in scoring by their forward off the bench, Tari Eason. Their sophomore out of LA would go on to finish with 18 points and 5 rebounds. He would do all this in 20 minutes as he shot 7 for 9 from the field and a perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line. With this win, the 19th ranked LSU Tigers are now 12-0, and with this loss, the unranked Northwestern State Demons are now 2-9. Taking a look at what's going on with the 25th ranked team in the nation, the Texas Tech Red Raiders hosted the unranked Arkansas State Red Wolves. Texas Tech beat Arkansas State 75-62. They won this matchup by 13 after outscoring Arkansas State by 17 in the first half. On the winning end of this matchup, the Red Raiders were led in scoring by their starting forward, Kevin McCullough. Their junior out of San Antonio would go on to finish with 21 points and 5 rebounds in 32 minutes. He shot 7 for 12 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, and a perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line. With this win, the Texas Tech Red Raiders are now 8-1 as they remain undefeated at home. And with this loss, unranked Arkansas State is now 7-3 on the season. Taking a look now at what's going on in the NBA, starting off in Brooklyn, the Nets hosted the Toronto Raptors from north of the border. The Nets would end up beating the Raptors 131-129 after they outscored the Raptors by 11-9 in overtime after they had to come back from being down 9 to tie the game up in the fourth quarter. On the losing end of this matchup, the Toronto Raptors were led in scoring by their starting shooting guard Fred VanVleet. He finished with 31 points, 9 assists, and 2 steals in 47 minutes. He shot 10 for 23 from the field, 6 for 14 from 3, and a perfect 5 for 5 from the foul line. Their elite starting power forward, Pascal Siakam, finished with 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists in 44 minutes. Siakam shot 12 for 21 from the field and 1 for 2 from the foul line. Their starting shooting guard out of Duke, Gary Trent Jr., would finish with 25 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals in 42 minutes. He shot 9 for 19 from the field, 6 for 12 from 3, and 1 for 2 from the foul line. Their starting small forward, their rookie out of Florida State, Scotty Barnes, finished with 23 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists in 44 minutes. Barnes shot 7 for 13 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3, and 6 for 8 from the foul line. On the winning end of this matchup, the Brooklyn Nets were led in scoring by their goated starting power forward out of Texas, Kevin Durant. Durant finished with 34 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists in 48 minutes. He shot 12 for 29 from the field, 2 for 8 from 3, and a perfect 8 for 8 from the foul line. Their starting point guard, Patty Mills, finished with 30 points in 43 minutes as he shot 10 for 20 from the field. He shot 7 for 14 from 3, and he shot 3 for 4 from the foul line. Their elite starting power forward, Blake Griffin, finished with 13 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals as he fouled out in 31 minutes. He shot 4 for 6 from the field. He shot 2 for 4 from 3, and he shot 3 for 4 from the foul line. With this win, the Brooklyn Nets are now 20-8. With this loss, the Toronto Raptors are now 13-15. Taking a look at what went down just a couple boroughs away in Madison Square Garden, the New York Knicks hosted the Golden State Warriors, and Stephen Curry would go on to break the all-time NBA record for three-pointers made in an NBA career. But overall, looking at the game, the Warriors beat the Knicks 105-96. They won this game by 9 after they outscored the Knicks by 8 in the third quarter, by 10 in the second half. On the losing end of this matchup, the New York Knicks were led in scoring by their starting power forward, their former All-Star Julius Randle. He finished with 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals, as well as 3 assists in 37 minutes. He shot 10 for 21 from the field, 5 for 8 from 3, and a perfect 6 for 6 from the line. On the winning end of this matchup, the Warriors were led in scoring by their go-to starting point guard, Stephen Curry, who with his third three-pointer of the day passed Ray Allen for the most three-pointers made in an NBA career. He would go on to finish the game with 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists in 35 minutes. He shot 8 for 19 from the field, 5 for 14 from 3, 1 for 2 from the foul line, and he also leaves this game with an all-time NBA record that he will retire with. With that said, the Golden State Warriors are now 23-5 with this win, and with this loss, the New York Knicks are now 12-16. Last but not least, taking a look at what's going on in Portland, the Trailblazers hosted the Phoenix Suns. The Suns would end up beating the Trailblazers 111-107 after they had to outscore the Trailblazers 9-5 in overtime. But on the losing end of this matchup at home, the Trailblazers were led in scoring by their elite starting point guard out of Weber State, Damian Lillard. Lillard finished with 31 points, 2 rebounds, and 10 assists in 47 minutes. He shot 11 for 31 from the field. He shot 5 for 16 from 3 and 4 for 5 from the foul line. Their starting small forward, Norman Powell, finished with 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals in 39 minutes. Powell shot 9 for 17 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3, and 2 for 3 from the foul line. On the winning end of this matchup, the Phoenix Suns were led in scoring by their starting center, their former number 1 overall pick, DeAndre Ayton. Ayton finished with 28 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 steals in 45 minutes. He shot 12 for 17 from the field and 4 for 5 from the foul line. Their elite starting point guard, Chris Paul, finished with 24 points, 8 rebounds, 14 assists, and 3 steals in 41 minutes. He shot 10 for 19 from the field. He made his only 3-point attempt of the night, and he went 3 for 4 from the foul line. With this win, the Phoenix Suns are now 22-5. With this loss, the Portland Trailblazers are now 11-17 on the season. Taking a look now what's going on with international soccer, as with Champions League being done for the year, there are more domestic games in the middle of the season. Starting off in the Premier League, Manchester City hosted Leeds United. They were able to pull off a 7-0 win. 2 of their goals coming from their elite Belgian midfielder, Kevin De Bruyne. Their other goals coming from Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Riyad Mahrez. They're also able to get one from Stones and Ake in the 74th and 78th minute. Taking a look at what's going on with the reigning Bundesliga champs, Bayern Munich faced off against VfB Stuttgart. They were able to win this one 5-0 as they were able to get a hat trick from their elite German winger, Serge Gnabry. The other 2 goals came from their elite striker, Robert Lewandowski, as both of Lewandowski's goals were actually assisted by Serge Gnabry. So Serge Gnabry had an active hand in all 5 of the goals yesterday. And that's virtually everything that I have for the moment. And once all of today's exhibitions and matchups are done, I will come back tomorrow on Thursday, December 16th for another episode. But with that said, I want to thank the NCAA websites as well as the NFL, NBA, and FIFA websites for giving me all the facts and figures that I needed in order to do this, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do so. I also apologize if I do butcher any names, because I do eventually plan on getting them right. With that said, I want to thank everyone for listening to this piece. I hope all is well, and I will catch you with another piece after this. Thanks for as we navigate through the world of sports one day at a time. Once again, for the last time, thanks for listening to my piece, and I'll catch you with another piece tomorrow. Peace out.